Welcome back to my channel for another video. So this week it's back to basics, alright, all the way back to basics. So today what I'm going to take you through is the full cycle of what you need to do to be able to trade the stock market. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a broker. Okay, so that's the first thing that you're going to have to do. Alright, so, and it depends on where you are situated in the world, it depends on what broker you're going to be able to use. So once you've got that out of the way, the next step is, how do you trade the stock market? You know, where do you start? Well, this video today will show you exactly where you need to start. Right, I'm going to take you through where to identify the best stocks to trade, the information that is required to enable you to trade the stock market, a catalyst that you must look for to identify the best trade. I'm going to take you through the full process. Okay, so worth watching this video. You know, even if you've watched my other videos again, it's always good to go back and go over the basics. Okay guys, so before we crack on, make sure that you smash that like button and make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. So again guys, as always, hope you enjoy this week's video. So the best way to identify the best stocks is to use a scanner. So this is called CNN Business and it's pre-market movers. Okay, so what we're looking at here is we're looking at NCLH. Okay, now why are we looking at that? It's because that is the best option. Look at the volume. It's almost 191,000 at the moment, which is good. The pre-market change is 2.2% down, and at the moment it's trading at just below $17 per share. Okay, so this is what we need. We need volume for volatility. Okay, volatility makes the price move. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, we need to go into Google and type in NCLH stock and it brings up the chart. Okay, so this is the pre-market mover. It's the pre-market chart, so it's not going to show anything. And then we're looking at the last 5 days to see how it's performed, the last month, okay, the last 6 months, year to date. Obviously the virus kicked in. Okay, so we know it's down. Why is it down? Why is it down 2.2% pre-market? We need to identify why. Okay, so here it is here. Okay, so it's all negative rhetoric. All right, it's negative rhetoric because these cruise liners are not really doing much business this year, and basically that's what this report is saying. It's saying that, you know, a lot of cruises have been cancelled, and it's negative rhetoric. Okay, so this is not gonna have confidence. Okay, this does not inspire confidence from investors at all. So investors will not want to put their money into this company at the moment. In the future, yeah, maybe. So what they're saying here is that they haven't cancelled the sailings for 2021, but for the end of this year, basically they have. And that's the reason that it's down pre-market. That's the catalyst. That's the reason that this stock is down pre-market, is all on the negative rhetoric on the cruise line industry at the moment. And it won't be just this cruise liner, right? It'll be the whole sector. Okay, so this is a good trade. So the next thing that we need to look at is the overall market sentiment. So this is the Dow Jones, otherwise known as USA 30 or Wall Street. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is basically over the last 10 hours, and there was a huge spike there, but then obviously there's been quite a pullback. Now what we're looking at is the most up-to-date information here, and you know, it's consolidating. Okay, so we're just waiting on the market opening, and there we go. Okay, so that's the market opened. So at this stage I wouldn't do anything, okay, because there's so much volatility in the first couple of minutes that it's quite erratic on occasions, and in this instance you can see, okay, that it's very erratic. So it would be very, very silly to enter a position at the moment because it's just, there's so much volatility. There's no true direction. This is, you know, this is a tug of war at the moment. You would not enter a position at the moment. You have to allow it to settle down. It's not even 60 seconds into the open, and there's some massive moves on the upside at the moment, but there's also some massive pullbacks. So you've got to let it settle down. You've got to let it die down. You cannot enter a position until you start to see which way the price is actually going. Okay, because at the moment, you know, we don't know. So guys, that's me. I've taken my positions. Okay, so I'm actually stacked here. I'm stacked. Okay, I've got 12 positions open, which means that I'm stacked and I'm using £14,000 worth of margin. Okay, so that's £14,000 of my own money, and I've stacked it. Okay, now this has been a long trade, so you know I've obviously had to edit it, and I've not showed you where I've taken every single entry. Now, it is important that you allow the market to settle down. Now, all my trades are based on price action, and all my trades are based on patterns that I've identified over the period of time. But this particular trade, I'm not going to get much out of this. Okay, I'm not going to get much out of it, and there wasn't that many choices that I liked today. I liked this choice, and normally I would look to take about £300, but I'm not going to get anywhere near this today, and that's fine. You know, I'll trade 3 times today, so it's not an issue. If we just got to take a small little profit, well then that's what I'll take. I know that just the way this is going, that I'm not going to get a big win here, but it's okay. You know, listen, if I can get a day's wages for half an hour's work, well, I've got to be happy with that, don't I? You know, you can't be greedy. You cannot be greedy. So we're just waiting here, but you got to know when to enter and you got to know when to exit. Okay, so I'm going to exit this pretty soon and just take a little bit of profit here, because I don't like how this is going now. Okay guys, so there you have it. Okay, I took you through the scanner, so where to identify the stock to trade. I've taken you through the pre-market analysis. I've explained to you what it is that you need to look for. Okay, we've then went and we've looked at the Dow, which is the Dow Jones, to see what the overall market sentiment was. Then we waited for the trade, and this was a long trade. Normally guys, my average is probably about £300 per trade, right? I trade 3 times a day, so I trade 8 AM on the European Open, I trade at 2:30 on the New York Stock Exchange Open, and I trade the New York close at 8:15 to 9 PM, all London time. So that's what I look for, is them 3 trades per day, and roughly about £300 is probably my average. Okay, so anywhere up to £900 per day. Now on this occasion I made £106. Okay, nowhere near what I wanted to make, but as I said, you cannot be greedy. Just because I wanted £300 on that trade doesn't mean that I'm going to get it. Okay, so if I'd have waited longer, potentially I could have lost money there. Okay, so you cannot be greedy. Okay, there's my watch binging off. Okay, because the market has been open for an hour, so everybody's talking about what they've made or what they've could have made, etc, etc. I don't know how to, I do not know how to mute this. It's a new watch. Okay, so anyway, I took the £106. Okay, but you know what, £106 is a day's wages. All right, it's a day's wages. Now, including the analysis, you know, the pre-market analysis and the time that I actually spent in the trade, I probably worked for about 45 minutes max. So I made £106 for 45 minutes work, okay, which is probably about $120, something like that. Okay, so I do this every day, 3 times a day. Okay, so £106 doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when you're doing it 5 days a week, it all adds up. Okay, but the important part is today wasn't a particularly great trade in terms of the money that I returned on my investment, but it was still a green trade. It was still a green trade, and I had a day's salary for 45 minutes work. Okay guys, so there's a lot more content on my channel, and where I go into more in-depth analysis, and you know, there's more advanced teachings on my channel as well. Today was just a very basic approach on, you know, the first steps that you must take. Okay guys, so if you haven't already done so, make sure that you smash that like button and make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And next week we keep going again, and I keep bringing this content out for you guys because I know that it helps. Okay, and I was sitting where yous were not that long ago, looking for these videos to give me inspiration. So as usual guys, if you want to contact me, you can contact me at my Instagram, and that is sambora.00. As always guys, have a good week, and I will see you again next week for more videos.